Hello and welcome to the Tottenham America channel. Today we'll be looking at Tottenham's most recent game in the Premier League as they suffered another loss, this time in their relegation battle against Leicester City as they took the lead in the beginning before Leicester City mounted a 4-minute comeback at the start of the second half to take all 3 points, and a very big game in the match for relegation in the Premier League. I can't believe I'm saying this as a Tottenham fan, but yeah, that was certainly a game.
Yeah, I thought we played really well in the first half, and we pretty much threw away the game in the matter of 4 minutes after the break.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think mainly the main takeaways from this match is something has to change.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I think we've been saying that for the last 10 games.
We are winless in our last 8 Premier League games-ish.
I think so, yeah. All of our wins have come in, let's see. Europa League we took at Hoffenheim. We took
I believe
FA
last
Cup,
7.
Carabao Cup. The last time we won in the Premier League was away at Southampton when we won 5-0 on the 15th of December. And since then, it was Liverpool 3-6, Nottingham Forest 1-0 away from home, 2-2 draw at against Wolves, a loss to Newcastle, loss to Arsenal, loss to Everton, and loss to Leicester. Wow, it's been a rocky ride to say the least. Let's focus on the first half too. I thought I think I said this against Hoffenheim too, but I thought we looked pretty collective in the first half.
Yeah,
I mean,
we looked way better than we've been looking.
We look normal.
Yeah, we look normal. Kulusevski was playing pretty well. Son was playing pretty well. Richarlison was playing well. That was a great header for his goal. Pedro Porro was playing very well in the first half.
Yes, I think Pedro Porro.
Our whole team was doing well.
Yeah. The goal from Richarlison was absolutely fantastic. It was a great cross from Pedro Porro, but Richarlison's diving header, I mean, that's the striker that we've been missing for a while. Not to say the Solanke is not something that we don't need, but having that rotation is important.
Yeah, and I think Richarlison and Solanke are two very different types of strikers. Richarlison is more of your classic instinctive finisher,
Put his
dangerous
life on
in
the
the
line.
box striker.
Yeah.
Solanke, I think, likes to have the ball at his feet a little more.
Yeah.
It's almost like he likes to create his own chances.
Yeah. And that was just in the 33rd minute, because we had a lot of chances in that first half. I mean, a lot of points where there were blocks. I think we hit the crossbar once through Son in the first half. So we could have gone more than just one up, but it was a decent lead to take into the break. And we look like, we were starting to come together. And I've never seen a team fall just completely implode as bad as I did see Tottenham after that halftime break. I don't know what Ange said to them, but they fell off so hard in that second half. It started with Bentancur going really rashly into one of Leicester's attacking players on the left, and that completely opened the field up for De Cordova-Reid to just drive forward and then put the ball in. Kinski, I don't know what happened with Kinski. I think the ball went over his hand or something, but he probably should have done better there. And then all Vardy had to do was bash it into the back of the net, and of course he's going to do that really dramatically because that's Vardy, and that's 1-1.
Yeah, and I think for the first goal, I think it was Davies. I don't think it was Dragusin. Not Dragusin. I think it was Davies and Kinski who were contesting for the ball. It might have been Dragusin. I'm not sure. But there has to be more communication, and someone has to. You have 2 players there. Someone has to stop that cross.
Yeah. Not only that, I think that kind of falls on Kinski. I think the worst part is Bentancur going, well, you know what? Yeah, Bentancur going.
I'm gonna say Bentancur going in rashly. I don't think. Okay, we lose possession.
Yeah.
But we made it so much worse after that. We're fine. We lose possession. That happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
That happens, and we have to be able to counter that.
It was the response.
We saw for the second goal, right?
Yeah.
For the second goal was basically just, especially I think, for both goals really, our midfield. We just had no midfield.
Exactly. Yeah. First goal,
midfield did not come back at all, especially Sarr. Sarr was caught out for both goals.
The first goal was particularly on Sarr because as soon as Bentancur loses the ball, Sarr kind of freezes. I don't know what's going on with Sarr, but he's had the biggest fall off I've seen of any player. his brain has just stopped working or something. I really don't know. But I've never seen someone so, like, he was amazing end of last season, maybe even started this season, and it's just like he can't complete a pass anymore. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's fatigue, but he's just not at it right now. But yeah, that first goal, I think it was more the response to Bentancur going in hard rather than Bentancur going in hard itself. We just did not close him down. Yeah. And then the second goal, I think that blame falls on Porro. Porro was too many intricate touches with Bentancur, and then, you're overplaying it, and then Sarr's running forward with the expectation that, Pedro's going to launch a ball like he normally does. Too many intricate passes, he loses it. Now Sarr's all the way up, Bergvall's all the way up. Bentancur's been caught out of possession, so he's out of the equation. And you've only got 3 defenders back. And then Davies and Dragosine don't close El Canous down, and he scores. It was a great
once
finish,
again, for that second goal, I don't really think it's like, okay, Porro, yeah, he lost possession, but then again, that happens. We have to be able to deal with that.
Yeah.
But we couldn't. Like Leicester players, El Canous is running out of defense. Dragosine or Davies are there. Maybe Vardy's the only one. Like, someone has to step up and mark him.
Mm-hmm.
El Canous had way too much space.
Yeah.
No midfielder was back, and no center backs were stepping up. And I feel like that is a major effect of losing Højbjerg. We have not found a replacement for him.
Yeah. I mean, Bentancur's fine, but when Bentancur's the one who's getting caught out in possession because of Porro's pass, then he's out of the equation. Sarr's gone. You've got no one left.
But Bentancur isn't as defensively minded. We need more
assists.
If Højbjerg was there, he would have been the one who would have been on El Canous, and he would have shut him down.
Yeah, because no matter what happens, that guy was always in our half. I think that was the biggest problem. We never replaced him, right? I think we highlighted this a couple of games ago too against Everton.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the half was just, I mean, there was not even an ounce of creation in that second half. I mean, we went forward, but it always just felt like a bunch of crosses. There was nothing else trying to happen there.
Yeah, I don't Pedro Porro. Okay, overall, I'd say first half he was a great performance. He was so dangerous on the ball. Even second half, he was so dangerous on the ball. Dribbled past so many Leicester players. But then when it came, there was one instance where our players were queuing up in the box. He had a clear opportunity to cross, but no, he goes for goal. Like, what kind of decision making is that?
And that was after.
In what world are you going for goal?
That was after like a Messi dribble through like 4 Leicester players. There's no reason for him. He's at like he can barely see the goal from where he is. That's how cute of an angle he's at. And he's got Archie Gray and I want to say like Bentancur or something. No, Archie Gray and Son in the box. Ball across, and I think it would have been 2-2. And that game would have been so different.
Yeah, definitely. And he did all the hard work. All he needed to do is just power or whip a ball into the box.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it's also equally as distressing that we haven't seen Heung-min at least make an appearance yet. He was brought in to bolster the attack, bring a bit of youth, the way Mikey Moore's been coming in. And now, eventually, Mikey Moore's been seeing more minutes. But I feel like Son, get me right. Don't get me wrong. Son was not objectively bad today. But
I think he was, compared to prior to the Hoffenheim match, Son, I think he's starting
much
to
better.
Step up a little more.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
But if we're 2-1 down and we're in the 80th minute and still nothing's happening, I feel like surely at that point you got to bring one of Son, Kulusevski, Bergvall, one of them off and try Yang.
But why? Here's the thing, though. Why are you bringing Richarlison off? He was arguably our best player in the first half, and he's our only striker on the field.
So there was a report that he felt something in his groin, but the way I saw it, it didn't look like he was running weird. So I have a feeling it was a preventative thing, which if he did that, that's absolutely the right thing to do because we have no strikers left.
Yeah, I guess
even
that,
Timo
that
Werner's gone. He's gone to injury. Dominic Solanke's out. Brennan Johnson's out. Wilson Odober's out, right? We are down to our very last attackers right now. So I hated the decision because Richarlison was by far probably our best attacker that game.
Yeah.
But we have a Europa League game coming up that's arguably more important. at this point. Although all the games are just as important because we're about to get relegated in the Premier League. So I don't really know how to weigh it up. But if we lost Richarlison, we would have been cooked.
I think the best way to... I think we went in with the wrong lineup today. See, like, we know Sarr has been having poor performances.
Mm-hmm.
I would have, if I were Ange, I would have started Bergvall, Bentancur, and Kulusevski in midfield.
Yeah.
And then I would have Son and Richarlison, right?
Yeah.
And then I would give Mikey Moore the start. I think that's what I would do.
That's exactly what I would do. Because Mikey Moore, every time he's come on, bar today, he's got an assist. And you know what? We're down to our very strings of our squad. I don't think there's a reason why you shouldn't be putting Mikey Moore, especially when Sarr's been playing the way he has, and Kulusevski's so much better through the middle. I mean, that's how we won the Liverpool game, is because Kulusevski was in that attacking midfield position. That's the only reason
I think
stayed competitive.
I think also Maddison was kind of a miss today because after the Hoffenheim game, he's probably in form.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a bummer.
So he was a miss.
But I think that was an injury or partial injury.
Yeah.
So I'm not... With what we had, I think we could have sent out a better lineup. And I don't know why Sarr was brought in when we knew that he hasn't been playing well. Everything else,
First of all, I think
have nothing else, you know?
I think another alternative we could have done, we could have pushed Archie Gray up into Sarr's spot and started Reguilon.
That's another possibility. But yeah, Reguilon's just kind of been thrust into an awkward situation. Credit to him, he's putting his all out there. I mean, he didn't.
Yeah, because I don't think Reguilon wants to be here at all. The only reason we're not sending him out the door is because of our injury crisis.
Yeah. But yeah, very interesting game to say the least. We're up against Elfsborg this Thursday in the Europa League. That's going to be the last one in the group stage. This is the 8th game. This will decide whether we go in on confirmed or if we add another 1 or 2 games through the playoff stage. If Tottenham mess this up, I really have no words for them. I already have 0 words for them. But all we have to do is get, I think even at least a point. But a win would be preferable. If we get at least a point or a win,
secure the 3 points, then we're fine.
Exactly. We're in the round of 16. That's one less game we have to play. And that's an advancement in a trophy that I know we're down to the strings of our squad, but we still have a chance to win, just like we still have a chance to win the Carabao Cup. It's just the Premier League where we're imploding.
And we're still in the FA Cup. Don't forget about the FA Cup.
And we're still in the FA Cup. We are the biggest cup. At the end of I'm not going to say anything else. We'll see what happens. Yeah. But I think the Premier League is really messing us up because other than that, I thought we were doing quite well in the Cups. But I think Premier League is the biggest challenge.
Like let's say I was not following Tottenham at all this season. I look at their standings in Europa League. I look at their standings in Carabao Cup. I look at how they're doing in the FA Cup. But I don't see their Premier League. I think, they're a pretty good team. They're probably at least in the top 6.
And then you look at the Premier League.
Yeah.
+9 goal differential, and we're right behind a team that has -17 in West Ham.
Exactly.
That's, well, it's never boring watching Tottenham, is it? It's never, ever boring.
There's always something happening.
Always something. But that's it for our look at Tottenham's 2-1 loss to Leicester City at home in the Premier League as they continue their slip down the relegation funnel in the Premier League and put more on the plate for Ange Postecoglou. As I mentioned, our next game is against Elfsborg at home. That'll be the last one in the group stage in the Europa League. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed and want to see more Spurs content, please hit the like button and subscribe. And until next time,
come on, you Spurs!